Let's see, what was next? Next, like I said, Cowboys are a hot topic this week. This one's about Jerry Jones.
All right,
Um,
let's hear it.
Jerry Jones doesn't consult Dak Prescott or head coach Mike McCarthy before finalizing the Trey Lance trade. Adding Trey Lance does nothing for them to win now. All offseason, they were all proclaiming Dak was their guy, then go and add a distraction to their team. Cowboys organization fan base are going to see what kind of quarterback Dak Prescott is with his mental toughness. You saw him pass people like back in the Eagles camp when Wentz signs his extension. The Eagles proceed to draft Jalen Hurts. Then you see Wentz fall off the wagon. Um, do you? Well, I mean, we kind of talked on it, but I mean, what do you think about Jerry Jones not telling his head coach, especially his head coach? Dak's a different story, but you don't tell your head coach that you're making that kind of trade.
I think Jerry runs the team however Jerry wants to run the team, and that's
Jerry's
why he
world.
hired. I think that's exactly. I think that's exactly why he hired Mike McCarthy is because he
Pushover.
knew Mike McCarthy would be a pushover.
Right.
The Jason Garrett effect. I mean, at that point, they're like, "Yeah, I run the team, and you just do everything I say." Dak, I think that's really the only thing to say with Mike McCarthy. But coming along to Dak, I don't think Dak should be worried. I think Dak coming in as a fourth round pick, very undervalued, made 160 million. I think Dak is pretty solidified in himself. I don't think Dak should fear too much pressure. I mean, this kid's considered a generational bust. That'd be like bringing Sam Darnold in and saying, "Are you worried about Sam Darnold?" I think they should be fine. Um,
You also saw it with the Packers. I mean, Aaron Rodgers was not a fan of the Jordan Love draft pick.
Yeah, but Rodgers has a way different personality than Dak. I feel like Dak is very team friendly.
Yep,
I think Rodgers is very me friendly.
correct.
I think Rodgers was out to get the Packers from day one. Blamed Mike McCarthy, blamed Mac Floor, blamed them drafting Jordan Love, blamed them, which I can't agree with not drafting first round offensive talent. Um, They've missed on a lot of good players. I still will never understand why they didn't take T. Higgins in that draft. They had two first round picks, passed on them twice. Beyond that, I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. I see Dak being fine. I see Dak being himself.
Dak
I think
seems
he's
like
gonna
the
have a
kind of
really good
guy
year.
that would. It's not going to affect him that much. It might in the back of his head and be there every once in a while, but I don't think. I mean, he seems like he's a pretty good leader.
Yeah,
Whatever comes his way, he's going to be able to handle it head on.
I agree.
I do also want to play the other side. Just if you're the quarterback one, you just came off. Everyone's calling for your head, and then that happens. That's got to be something. Like I mean, that's got to rub you the wrong way a little bit. I know it rubbed me the wrong way, but they also. I don't know if you saw this. It was came out today that Jerry Jones said that 2 years ago had Hurts fallen to them that they were going to draft him.
I mean, that's just revisionist history. I believe that? No. I mean, that's like when that's like when Sean Payton, after Pat Mahomes won his Super Bowl, was like, "Yeah, we were going to take him with the 11th overall pick if he dropped to us." Were they potentially? But how are we supposed to prove that?
Right.
I don't think you really can,
Right.
which is my main thing when it comes to that. But beyond that, I don't know. I don't think they would have drafted him. They had Dak. Dak was coming off probably most likely a good year at that point.
Yeah.
I don't see them drafting Jalen Hurts at
I
that
think that
point.
was his that was after the year then like that next off season he was fighting for his extension if I remember
Oh yeah,
correctly.
then I really don't see that happening.
Yeah. Um my other point was is Jerry Jones in today's with the Commanders old owner, what was his name? Snyder, with him
Oh,
gone,
Dan
does
Snyder.
Jerry Jones go down as the worst owner right now?
No,
With his ability to handle player relationships. How about that?
I think people love Jerry because he pays them. I think that's why Zeke loved being in Dallas because he paid him.
That's fair. Money, but money talks, man. Money
Yeah,
buys it.
I know you're gonna hate when I say this, but I truly think right now the Cardinals owner is probably the worst owner in the sport right now. I'm pretty sure he's had two people get in trouble for potential sexual assault. I know one. He fired the GM.
Don't say Jim Irsay is the
Jim
worst.
Irsay is probably the second worst.
Houston's owner?
You don't hear anything coming from him.
Not anymore after he made his claim about how you don't let the inmates run the prison.
Which was an awful statement, and I'm not gonna say I condoned that, but to say that Irsay is not the worst, I can't agree. Or the second worst, I just can't agree with you there. This dude speaks his mind. He's
He takes
becoming
care of his
way.
guys though.
I, I'm with him on the. I'm with him on the JT one. Trust me, I'm not a big JT guy. I don't think paying running backs is smart, but I wouldn't say he necessarily pays his guys.
Darius Leonard.
Uh, he pays the wrong decision. He pays the wrong positions. I
Which
think he's becoming way too involved with the team.
that
I
I do
think
agree with
because
that.
Frank Reich messed up a quarterback 3 times in a row, I think he's like, okay, I'm stepping in.
Yeah, I mean
And that's not what you want to see. You just don't want to see that from Jim Irsay, who's the most outspoken owner right now behind Jerry Jones,
that
but
dude
his
might
team
be
is not
severely
good.
medicated still.
Yeah, it's not good.
I do like him though because he's I mean, what owner isn't, but he's all about trying to win another championship. So
He definitely pushes to win. I'm gonna give him credit, but to say that I am a fan of Jim Irsay, I think he is a bad owner.
that's fine. I mean, a lot of people would agree, and there's some days when I see what he says and I also agree. Like when we're getting ready to talk about, but when the JT stuff was fresh, it was just like he's on his golf cart and he said what he says. Like that's probably not what you probably should be saying right now.
Yeah,
Is he wrong? No, but should you say it? No.
exactly. You don't have to say that stuff to the public.